So Erin brought the stuff to set her own tires up tubeless, and everything went great. She got it all set up, everything's holding well, it's all sealed. And then right at the end, she dropped the wheel and broke a spoke. I feel so bad for her. But I need to head to the bike shop anyways, so I'm gonna take it in for her. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it on my bike. I wanna take my Stumpjumper because I am going to use the Velo Orange Utility Rack because I have to pick up a box after from Micah. I'll explain all that out on the road. As you might have seen, I did strap a wheel to my back with my MODL Infinity Tools before. It's not the most comfortable way to ride, so I was trying to figure out how to attach it to the bike. But we've got a big wheel, small bicycle. So we'll see what happens and yeah, go from there. And of course, I have my little helper. I'm not 100% sure this is gonna work, but I use these hook studs to make a cross pattern, and then they have a 4-way Omni link, which is under here. And then this one on top is just to give it a little bit more security right to the rack from bouncing. So we have this cross pattern. It wobbles this way, but I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So we're gonna go do a little test ride in the lot and see if we can make it all the way downtown. So I ended up getting over to Dirty River Bicycle Works just fine. This system worked out. That's why I love these MODL Infinity Tools. They're just endlessly adjustable, even more so now that they have the 4-way Omni tool and then the other stackable studs and the hook studs as I showed. So yeah, that was kind of a cool way. I just didn't want to get in the car, but wheels are one of those things that are just kind of a pain to get somewhere else on a bike. Talking to the mechanic Yonda at Dirty River Bicycle Works, he was saying that Erin's wheel was made with aluminum nipples and that's what broke when she dropped it. And he was basically like, I'm just gonna redo the whole wheel with brass nipples. He was like, once she breaks one more of these, the whole cost would be more anyways, of having to undo the seamless tape and put new sealant in and the labor on all that. So such a bummer for Erin that she did such a good job and then this little thing happened. Yonda was saying something about it doesn't really make sense to build a wheel like that with these kind of aluminum nipples, you know, a mountain bike wheel, and you're not really saving that much weight and then they're just not strong enough. I am not an expert in any of that, so direct your inquiries elsewhere. This bike is my 1989 Team Stumpjumper. When I was building it up, my goal was not to really spend a lot of money on it. I wanted to do it with parts I had. So I did it with all from my 90s mountain bike stash. So it's 3x7, Shimano, Dior, everything. So yeah, just put 2 of my best 26-inch wheels on there, or what I felt were my best, build it up, and it just so happened to coincide with Velo Orange reaching out and seeing if I wanted to try out these utility bars. I ended up getting the ones, as you can see, with this rise and the chromed out ones, and they're just awesome. Look at this asshole. Again, whenever I show something, people say, why not something else? So with the Infinity Tools, they'll be like, well, why not belay straps? And it's like, belay straps serve a great function. I have a bunch of them, use them to attach carrot ice bags to my Brook saddles and stuff like that. It's just the Infinity Tools are so much more adjustable and are really good if you need something that you could really stretch and pull tight. Yeah, so just, you know, there is an overlap between them. It's just 2 different things in general, though. Also, they are open down here, so check it out. So I attached the one bag independently. I'm going to try and attach the other bag on top. I didn't want the bags to slide against each other if they were together. I love these things so much. You could just do whatever with them. The endless adjustability where you could put the studs wherever you want. If you need it tighter, it's just their big advantage over bungee cords. The Velo Orange utility bars, people will say, why not a walled basket? Well, the cool thing about the utility bars is if you wanted to put a walled basket on them, you could, but the whole thing is you don't need a separate rack. You know, it's integrated into the handlebars. So there's a lot of situations where you'd have a bike or a fork where you couldn't put a rack on or didn't want to put a rack on. So this is what that's so great for. And then also the open platform. So I was heading over to Micah's to pick up some t-shirts he had made me, Fitzwater photography t-shirts, and I didn't know what they'd be packaged in. And so having the utility rack and the Infinity Tools, I knew I could craft something that would carry them home no matter what they were packaged as. So Mike had printed me Fitzwater photography t-shirts, which will be for sale at the open house I'm doing on Friday from 4 to 8. This is more of a photography related thing, but anybody is welcome to come check out the studio and chat, bring a beer, whatever you want. Saturday, we are doing our channel meetup ride. They'll be for sale then again too, as well as some other stuff, stickers and all that. But the whole point is to hang out and have a good time and then go for a group ride. So Saturday, anytime after 2 up until about 3 when we roll out. All the details for that are in the Discord. The link is below. Check that out. And then on Sunday will be the Otis Roubaix also, which has nothing to do with my stuff or what I'm talking about on the channel here. But again, that's a great ride from Dirty River at 10 a.m. on Sunday. If you're watching this the week it came out, so the weekend of March 20th. So yeah, last week it was so beautiful. I ended up riding over 160 miles, I think closer to 170. And that Stumpjumper ride was included in that. And I didn't even ride on Saturday because I had some things to do and it was raining off and on and all that. And I only did 9 miles on Sunday. So you can see when the weather changes how my riding habits have just gone right through the roof as I could. So admin back inside. We'll go out back later. We're not going out front. Back from the ride, and what I want to do is work on getting this organized. I've been moving bikes around, trying to get everything back in order, so it's kind of a mess right now, as you can see. I need to get my Roger Riviere here down, because this is the bike I will ride tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. And one of the other things I want to do is get the winter bike, the truck back here, cleaned up and put away for the year. We'll probably get more snow, but I don't think I'll be out on studded tires again this year. So cleaned, lubed, hung back on the wall, and then a rearrangement here of all the other things that is gathered around the studio. Get everything cleaned up before tomorrow's night's stream, which Otis from Dirty River will be on, talking about the Otis Roubaix and our channel meetups and all that the weekend of March 21st. Roach clips, baby. So I decided to get the Roger Riviere set up for St. Patrick's Day. And of course, this is going to be the one day that's not that nice. There's no chance of rain or anything, but it'll be below freezing when I meet up with my buddy. But if you're interested in the Roger Riviere, I have a whole video about him and the bike and the person I got it from. A couple tragic figures, actually. I'll make that the linked video on the end screen for this. But I did switch it over to a Brooks saddle, a vintage one that Jay Dandy gave me, and it's way more comfortable. I used to have a Brooks saddle on this bike when I rode it a lot. I've done some bike tours on this bike and everything, but I took it off to put it onto a bike that I ride more. Check out this little cutie helping me record my video. Admin, I love you. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Check out our links down below if you want to support the channel a little more, channel memberships, the swag shop, all of that stuff. But just give this video a like because that helps a lot too. And I will see you in the next one.